Clover Health has been seeing some interesting movement this week. Let's talk about everything news related going on to this stock, as well as a little bit of a short squeeze, short interest update, and a variety of other information that I think you guys would like to know. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. But other than that, make sure you watch the very end of this video. Let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, here we are with Clover Health Investments. As you can see here, we are actually on a green day today, which is just absolutely crazy to see. We've had, unfortunately, quite a few red days here just over the past couple of days, and it's been pretty unfortunate. But let's take a closer look here just to see what we're kind of dealing with and what we're looking at. About $8.48 as far as what we're sitting at for the current stock price. Of course, that's going to change because we are, of course, in the middle of the trading session here on July 16th. Oops. There you go. Up just about 2.65% on the day. Pretty crazy stuff here. We're going parabolic with this breakout on the shorter time frame here. We're going to get into the price action here in just a little bit, of course, and this might change as we're making the video, so please keep that in mind. If CLOV does turn red for the day, of course, you guys will see that during the video. And last time when we made an update saying that CLOV, of course, oh my god, it's going green, it's going so well. Unfortunately, CLOV did actually manage to pull back for the rest of the day, and we saw more of a red day. So of course, keep that in mind, guys. These stocks are incredibly volatile and they can change in an instant. So be aware of that. Be, secure in whatever you're holding of the stock, and just be aware. But let's get into this article here. A little bit of a news update here on Clover Health. Clover Health today announces that Joe Wagner, Chief Financial Officer, will leave the company on August 13th. Fascinating, because obviously they're bringing in a lot of new management here over the next couple of days. They have announced that, they've confirmed that, and as you can see here, CLOV is up on this news, even in this article, and this was only published about a day ago. I mean, CLOV was right yesterday, 100%, but this is fascinating. Let's read a little bit further. Nashville, Tennessee, July 15, 2021. Announced that Joseph Wagner, as Chief Financial Officer, will be leaving the company on August 13th for personal reasons described below. Executive effective upon Mr. Wagner's departure, Mark Herbers of leading global consulting firm Alex Partners LLP will serve as an interim Chief Financial Officer until a permanent CFO is hired. Mr. Herbers has served as CFO for a number of public and private healthcare organizations and has 20 years of experience in the sector. So at least somebody who is taking the helm in the meantime before they can find a replacement, it's good. He's well equipped and well suited for the position in the meantime. Mr. Lee A. Shapiro, a member of the Clover Board of Directors and chair of its audit committee, will lead the search committee that will oversee the process to replace Mr. Wagner. Mr. Shapiro previously served as Chief Financial Officer of Livongo Health Inc., a tech-enabled service company that helps individuals with chronic conditions to live better and healthier lives. So, and the rest of this article just kind of goes on about how they're going to kind of look for the next, Chief Financial Officer and things like that. Now, do I think this is a good move? Yes, I think that Clover Health continuing to not only establish new positions in their company as far as chief officers go. Chief Growth Officer was just a recent implementation that they had that they wanted to implement, and I think that's a good idea. But also too, the fact that they're kind of restructuring and reorganizing as far as employment goes for their chief positions is a good thing. I think, again, Clover Health needs to grow. Clover Health needs management that are not only skilled in this area or in their expertise, their area of expertise that they're being put into, but also they need management that is willing to push beyond normal boundaries. I really think they need some big innovation to continue the growth that we'd like to see, over the next couple of years. And of course, that's going to take some time, but I think that they are well equipped and able to do so. So of course, keep that in mind. I think this is very interesting, and I think this is a good piece of news. Now, let's get into the short interest update here. Here we are on shortsqueeze.com. Shortsqueeze.com, yep, shortsqueeze.com. Here we are with Clover Health Investments, Class A common stock, $8.26 at the time I obviously looked this up. That's changed a little bit. If we go down here to the short squeeze ranking, short squeeze sale volume, we can't really see that, we're not going to pay for the subscription, obviously. But if we look at the important stuff here we have short interest ratio, otherwise known as days to cover, sitting at about 0.6% or 0.6 rather, or not percent, just 0.6. Short percent of float sitting at 27.80% of the stock. Now, what's very interesting is that just a couple of days ago, that was in the 30 range, right? That was in the 30 to 31, 32% of the float of this stock was short, which is absolutely crazy to see that we have seen, and this is where the next measure comes into play, the increase in decrease, well, this time to decrease, is a 13% decrease in the amount of short of float, which Unfortunately, I would love to say it's a good thing that there are less people shorting the stock. Of course, shorts do tend to push stock prices down, especially with the news that they create about the stocks and everything related to it. But, if you're hoping for a short squeeze, unfortunately, there's still plenty of short interest, don't get me wrong, but as short interest continues to drop, the percentage chance of a short squeeze actually occurring drops as well. There needs to be a lot of short interest on stocks in order for there to be a squeeze in the future. And if retail sentiment does kick back up for the stock and we do see higher and higher prices with the stock, or because of retail sentiment, usually it's going to be correlated with a high short interest because of course people are going to want to squeeze the shorts out, squeeze the hedge funds out, whatever it might be. But as this decrease continues, if it continues, that likelihood of a short squeeze actually occurring in the first place does of course decrease as well. So that's something of course to keep in mind. We've seen all kinds of crazy metrics today and everything like that. As you can see here, the overall float is about 129 million shares, and overall short interest is about 41,400,000. So keep this information in mind. It's very important, very critical to the price action, of course, of CLOV. Let's hop into the price action over here on Think or Swim. As you can see here, we're sitting on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. This is what we're seeing from the overall trading action. And we were looking at the stock not too long ago, right? We were seeing it kind of go parabolic here on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. And like I said, it's gonna pull back because as you can see here, RSI peaks above the 70 level, super overbought, and we're going to have a little bit of a correction. If this goes further, I would not be surprised. As you can see here, when we've seen peaks in the RSI, there is usually significant or at least a large amount of a correction that pushes down here into about the 40 levels of the RSI. Here we had a much more dramatic example in pre-market hours where we have a shot up into the $8.67 level, and of course corrected all the way back down to about the 29 level in the RSI. Here about on the price chart rather, $8.32. So interesting price movement. MACD well above the brown line, but it's starting to dip below. This breakout might be over for at least the time being. This could change, of course, by the time this video gets up, so always keep that in mind. Let's pull out to the 10-day here. Not good, right? Not the greatest trend overall that you'd like to see. Lots of red, huge drop off in pre-market here, huge drop offs just overall over the last couple of days. A little bit of a recovery here during this intraday trading session here where we turned green for the later part of the day in the market close. Could not hold these levels though in after hours and pre-market and just dumped right back down. Again though, over the last 10 days, we were sitting at $13.05. Clover Health now sitting at $8.46. Unfortunately, we're just continuing on this downtrend. Do I think this is going to last forever? No, I do not. I think that actually this could reverse, but again, the technicals need to make sense. And if we pull out to even further, because we just pulled out to the 20-day chart, let's go to the 180-day. This is my favorite for swing trades. We're heavily oversold on this stock right now. And I just would like to point out that every time this stock has been oversold, especially right here, as you can see here, we saw a significant rise in the RSI over the next couple of days, weeks, months, whatever it might be. And then we saw a huge spike all the way up to the 90 levels. This is the highest spike in RSI I've ever seen. And that's how you can tell this was the squeeze with the retail interest part, because that is incredible. Look how high that is. Compared to the 70 level as far as being overbought. Absolutely crazy stuff. And as you can see here, CLOV now super oversold. So now is when a lot of the big buyers, the big whales that are trying to get into CLOV still and hopefully for a growth play, are getting in at low numbers, right? They're getting in when the RSI is super low like this. And that is why most of these people are able to get out with nice cost averages and good prices. So of course, be aware of all of this, guys. This is all very important stuff to be aware of. I always love bringing more news and more information to you guys every single day. I think it's so important to be aware, especially if you're holding the stock. You have to be aware and educated on what's going on with it every single day. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for CLOV. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. I hope we have earned your thumbs up today. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new video like this. You also can hit the notification bell and you guys will get a notification pushed out to your phone or tablet or device, whatever it might be, every time we post a new video. So please hit the notification bell so you never miss new videos. If you guys want 2 free stocks with WeBull, check out our link in the description below where you guys can pick up some free stocks with WeBull. It's a great brokerage. We personally use it and we personally recommend it. We also have a Patreon link if you guys want to join our private Discord where we talk about every play that we are making in the stock market and pretty much anything related to money. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, check out the link in the description below. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.